What is Darvo, according to narcissism? Written by Chris Miller. Deny, accuse, reverse, victim, offender. It is victim blaming tactic. This is actually a great question because cluster B personality disorders are segmented by underlying motivations. In other words, a sociopath uses Darvo for different reasons than a narcissistic personality disorder, NPD. Darvo for an NPD is simply the projecting of one's own bad behavior onto their victim. In my experience, the people with NPD seemed actually very shocked when I would present hard evidence such as a witness or a written text message. The reaction was to continue defending themselves by manufacturing evidence in the form of fabricated text messages, or to state that anonymous people told them something, or to change the chronology of events, or to make up some elaborate new story, or to deflect with an insult about me or a family member, or even my wife's mother 3,000 miles away in the Philippines. It is a never-ending game to defend against the exposure of being wrong. People with NPD are never wrong. You are wrong, and you need to apologize, even when they are spreading rumors about your mother, whom they've never met. A person with NPD simply has no limits when it comes to protecting their false persona of flawlessness. Very specific, Darvo occurs when they literally accuse you of doing something specific that they did. For example, after this particular NPDer fabricated a text message, he immediately called someone we know and said that I had fabricated a text message. They often verbatim say back to you exactly what you say to them. For example, I would ask the NPD to please stop this destructive behavior of spreading rumors about my family to everyone we know. And after a couple of days, they would send me an email stating, please stop this destructive behavior of spreading rumors about my family to everyone we know. At first, it seemed like intentional crazy making, but I am now fairly convinced that they have no control and no idea they are even doing this. They assume you are behaving the same way they are, so they feel confident that by making the accusation, they will flush you out and expose you. They even told me that they knew I was spreading rumors about them because they saw me on Facebook talking to other people about them. There was some extreme anxiety and paranoia from this person. A common acquaintance called me and said he was getting calls from the NPD every day and acting neurotic because he was worried about who I was talking to. I asked this person to just ignore him and stop talking to him and not to get involved. The NPD later told everyone that I was calling this person every day and acting crazy. What neurotypicals NTs do not understand is that when you criticize a person with NPD, i.e., you overstepped a boundary and hurt me, that criticism is not perceived as simple criticism. It is perceived as an attack and devaluation. This is when the person with NPD protects themselves by making devaluing statements. The intent is to try and make you feel so small that you cower, run, and hide from them. To the NPD, it is basically a contest. I can insult and devalue you better than you can me, and I will win because I always win. Every time the victim defends themselves, i.e., what you are saying about my wife is inaccurate, or what you are saying about my wife's mother is inaccurate, the NPD does not perceive the defense as a simple defense. The NPD only hears the victim saying, you are wrong. As I said, people with NPD are never wrong, and they will even convince themselves they are right by consistently flipping around the facts in real time. Darvo. Even after the argument, they will walk away viewing you as the bully and will tell people how you yelled at them. They absolutely do not recognize their own behavior. In their mind, they are the victim. They minimize every devaluing comment they say about their victim with statements such as, "You cannot handle the truth, and I'm tired of you pretending to be hurt." Or, "I told one little lie to smear you publicly, and you act like I am a criminal." Then the deflection, your wife, your mother, etc. If you get mad and raise your voice and ask them to stop, then it is you that is raging and attacking, and it is them who is the victim. People with NPD are unaware they are using Darvo. It is simply a defense mechanism because they believe you are bullying them when you tell them of some wrongdoing and ask them to respect the boundary. If you tell an NT that they have done something wrong and ask them to never do it again, they will apologize and respect your boundary from that point forward. But NPDs are never wrong. They will smear you, give you the silent treatment, accuse you of some wrongdoing, act dramatic, and act hurt because you told them to stop doing something they did, and they will also need an apology from you. They need you to apologize because they need your apology to feed their own self-righteousness. One of the hallmark characteristics of a person with NPD is that they cannot generate esteem internally, so they need external admiration to further propagate their false persona of a person who is never wrong. They will always play victim or hero or both. This all stems from an extreme self-worth deficit.